Bonjour, it's Théo. Today I want to review some of the biggest clichés about French people, about us, about me, what the other countries are telling about France. I know there are many clichés about French people. Some of them are real, but many are far from the truth, and I'm gonna show you why. I listed 15 stereotypes about French people. It's not in a particular order, but let's review all of them. But before starting, if you don't know me, my name is Théo, I'm French. I'm making videos to talk about Paris and French culture, so if you want to come to Paris or you are already living in France, don't forget to subscribe. First cliché, French people are looking like this. They all wear béret and the marinière. This cliché is not the most negative, but come on, we don't look all like that. We don't wear béret that much. Some fashion people can use it in an outfit, but it's not something that we use all the time. The béret is a traditional shepherd hat. Most of French people don't even have a béret in their closet. If you see someone with a béret in Paris, usually it's a tourist. It's not really the same with the marinière. It's a shirt with some stripes. It was a shirt from the French Navy, and it's still an item that we wear in France on a usual basis. French people eat a lot of baguette. This one is 100% real. Like in any family, you will find breads or baguette on the table at any meal. Not really with the young people, because if you live alone, you won't take one big baguette just for you. But if you are with people, the baguette is there all the time. French people eat frogs. Yes, that's real, that's true. We eat only the legs. I've never seen anyone in France eating like other parts of the frog. I don't even know if you can eat the rest. It's really good. It tastes a little bit like chicken. It's really not an incredible dish. Like it's not something really weird to eat. You will find it in restaurants. It's more difficult to do it at home, but it's like an occasional dish. Now let's start talking about the negative cliché, the negative stereotypes. French people stink. I heard a lot about this cliché when I connected with people from other countries, but in France we are not even aware of this cliché about us, because that's not true. We shower, we use fragrances, we shower, we don't stink. There is no explanation from that. I think it comes maybe from the old centuries where people were washing themselves a little less than nowadays. Also, we use a lot of perfume, a lot of fragrances. So some countries could think that we use it because we stink, we smell bad, but many other countries use fragrances. So it's not a French thing, and no, we don't stink. Please, stop with this cliché. This is so weird. Stop that, please. French people smoke. This one is a bit true. Like a lot of French people are smoking cigarettes. It's less and less the case with the new generations, because I think that many young people are not really into cigarettes anymore. And thank you, because it's not good at all. But in the 70s or the 80s, like people were smoking cigarettes on TV. Like they were on TV, the TVOs were smoking cigarettes. It was a weird time because people were not that much aware that it was dangerous, or they were just denying the danger of the cigarette. But I think it's changing right now. Like people are less and less into cigarettes. French people drink a lot of wine. Definitely true. In terms of alcohol, like we drink a lot of wine. I think wine is one of the big alcohol consumption in France. With beer also. We have many vineyards, so it's really cheap to have wine. You can find an okay bottle, like a good bottle, for just a few bucks, like less than 5 euros. And I think many people have also a problem with alcohol in France, because as it's part of our tradition and our culture, we think that good wine at every meal is okay, but no, it's not. You still need to drink it really moderately, so be careful about that. Wine is still alcohol. French people don't speak English. This one is also true. I'm sorry, I'm an exception with this channel maybe, but many French people don't speak that much English. Like we understand English, we went to school, we learned English at school, but many French people are ashamed of their accent, so they don't even try to speak English. Sometimes they are even hateful on people who are trying to speak English because they will make fun of their accent. So there is like a big complex about the English speaking and the French accent when you speak English in France, and we need to change that. Like really, French people, please, you can't hide your accent, so accept it. And also many people love the French accent, so do it. Do like me, make videos in English, you will see it's wonderful. French waiters are rude. This is a big cliché. If you are coming for tourism in Paris, you can find some rude waiters because they are like in a rush, they are tired, they don't want to speak your language or to try to make things easy for you, but it's really exceptional. Like most of the waiters are really kind. And also if you go to fancier restaurants, like I went to the Café de la Paix a few days ago, the waiters are extremely kind. They really are welcoming because we have a strong tradition about how to host a meal and how to welcome people at the table. French waiters are really good. Don't be scared about that if you come to France. French people are lazy. Of course, if you come from another country, you will see that French people have many vacations in the year, they go on strike when they don't like something, and you think that they are lazy, they are unproductive. First, maybe you need to think about the productivity system. Is working hard the best way to be productive? Do you have to work like a lot of hours every day to be productive? Not really. Like many studies show that the French people are working less hours, but they are as productive as other people in other countries, in Europe especially, where these studies are coming from. French people are not lazy, like everyone is working a lot. We have many vacations compared to other countries, but I think the other countries should also give more vacation. Like it's still a good thing to have a time to rest. What do you think about that? Do you think that your country is good in the productivity? Do you think that your people work too much? Tell me your opinion in the comments. French people always complain. This one is true. Like many people are negative by default. Like they always think that the things are going to get worse, that the project that they have won't succeed. Like people are just negative because they are scared of success, they are scared of the judgment of others. They prefer to be just negative all the time, to not have too much hope, to be disappointed if it's not working. And I think it's so sad in France, like people complain a lot, people are negative. Even if complaining can be okay because you are into debating, you are assuming your rights also, asking for better. It's a good thing also to complain when you can change it. But many French people are just complaining all the time because they try to find a way to escape their life. They try to complain to feel relieved, but it's not working. I think we need to get more responsible of our own lives and to stop just complaining to other people about what we have. We need to focus more on ourselves. French people are unfaithful in romantic relationships. They can't stick to one girl or one guy. This one is also a big cliche. I think it comes from many artistic creations. Like when you watch the movie from the Nouvelle Vague in the 60s, you will always see people having different relationships, dating many people at the same time, and they don't know which one to choose. But I think it's just the same with many young people, they are just uncertain. You don't always know what do you want in life when you are 22, and that's okay. I think French people tend to be more open to date a lot. They are not just waiting for the good one, they will try and they will explore more. But the unfaithfulness is a cliche. Many people are loyal and are faithful. It's not a French thing to be unfaithful. Really, it's just a big cliche. Let's finish with some positive cliché. Are they real? Are they true? Let's see. French people are all slim and healthy. When you watch all my videos about French pastries, food, the apéro, the wine, you maybe think how French people are not gaining weight from that. I think when you live in a big city like Paris, you can stay fit because you walk a lot, but we also have many people in France that are not fit. And if you go to the countryside or if you go to older generations, it's harder to get fit. We don't always have the gym and working out habit. It's a bit new to go to the gym in France. So many people are not fit. I think it's a big cliche to think that French people are perfect. It comes also from the model, the French model that you can see on the magazines or in the movies. It's this tall, thin girl, the Parisienne, but it's a big cliche. The Parisienne can also be fat, can also be unhealthy, and you are not less Parisian because of that. You can find many different bodies in France, like in any countries in the world. So don't be scared to not be like the Parisienne. It's just a cliche. French people are cultured and intellectual. I think this one is true, especially if you are in Paris, because many cities have different value, different things that they put in value. And in Paris, the biggest value will be the culture. People don't really care about your beautiful cars or even the fashion. The fashion is important, but you will always be considered really good and really interesting if you have a lot of culture, if you read books, even if you write books or you write poetry. It's seen as something really valuable in France, especially in Paris, to have a lot of culture, to be an intellectual. We have a long history of universities and doctors and philosophers in France, a lot of thinkers and intellectuals that are invited on TV to talk about any subjects about the political context. We are really into books, culture, all this philosophy. French people are good cooks, they are gourmet. We eat a lot and we know how to eat, how to enjoy a meal, how to take the time. Many people are good cooks also, if you are in family, the grandma was teaching you how to cook. It's something really important in France, but I think it's the same in many Mediterranean countries. If you go to Spain, to Italy, to Greece, to Tunisia, to Morocco, Algeria, it's the same. But I think that we have many people that love cooking in France. Like eating time is a social moment, it's an important tradition. We take the time to eat. For a big occasion, we can eat for hours. It's something important in France, that's why many people love to put some energy into cooking. It's a way to share love. Talking about love, let's finish with the last cliché. French people are romantic. And I think it's 50-50. Many people are romantic also in other countries in the world. It's not just a French thing. But I think that in France we have a long history and culture about the romanticism, about being romantic in relationship, talking about love, writing poetry to someone. And especially in Paris, I see a lot of people trying to keep this vibe and this Parisian romantic vibe in their couple. I see them on Instagram writing poetry to each other, living like some movie stars. It's really funny to see, and I think that many people in France also love this romanticism, also love to be romantic. So this cliché is still kind of true today. What do you think about all those clichés? Are they real for you? What are the biggest stereotypes you know about French people? Share them in the comments, and even share the stereotypes about your country, about the people from your country. I want to see what people are telling about your culture, to see if all these clichés are real or not. Let's share that in the comments. Before finishing this video, if you want to visit Paris, I created many guides and maps of the city to help you exploring Paris easily. You can find them on my website, frenchgayteo.com, clicking the link down below. And if you want to explore Paris and discover the French way of life, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I post every single day, so see you tomorrow.